Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to learn something very powerful and very useful. How to learn English with ChatGPT. Many people think they need a teacher, a class, or expensive courses to improve their English. But the truth is, you can learn English at home using the right method. And ChatGPT can become your personal English teacher. It can help you practice speaking, improve your grammar, learn new vocabulary, and build confidence. In this video, we will learn step by step how you can use ChatGPT to improve your English fast and easily. Lesson 1. Use ChatGPT for daily conversation practice. The first and most powerful way to learn English with ChatGPT is conversation practice. English is not only about reading and writing, it is about speaking and understanding. Many learners know grammar but cannot speak confidently because they do not practice speaking. This is where ChatGPT helps you. You can use ChatGPT like a friend and start daily conversations. For example, you can type, "Talk to me in simple English. Ask me daily life questions. Let's have a conversation like friends." ChatGPT will reply in simple English, and you can answer. This creates a real conversation environment. You can talk about your daily routine, your goals, your day, or any topic you like. The more you practice, the more comfortable you become. Another important benefit is that you can practice anytime. You do not need a partner. You do not need to feel shy. You can practice freely without fear of making mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. When you speak regularly, your confidence improves. At first, you may feel slow or unsure. But with daily practice, your sentences become clearer and faster. You start thinking in English instead of translating. Another powerful tip is to use voice. You can speak your answers out loud instead of only typing. This improves your pronunciation and speaking fluency. Even if you are alone, speak loudly. This builds confidence. Consistency is the key. Even 10 to 15 minutes of daily conversation practice can create big improvement over time. The truth is simple. If you want to speak English, you must practice speaking. And ChatGPT gives you the easiest way to practice daily. When you use it regularly, it becomes your personal speaking partner. And slowly, your English becomes natural and confident. Lesson 2. Use ChatGPT to improve your grammar naturally. Many learners feel that grammar is difficult, confusing, and full of rules. They try to memorize many rules but still struggle to use them while speaking. The problem is not grammar. The problem is the method. Grammar should not be learned only through memorization. It should be learned through use and correction. And this is where ChatGPT becomes very powerful. You can use ChatGPT as your personal grammar checker and teacher at the same time. For example, you can write simple sentences like, "I go to market yesterday. She don't like coffee." Then you can ask, "Correct my sentence and explain in simple English." ChatGPT will correct your sentence and give you a simple explanation. For example, "I went to the market yesterday. She doesn't like coffee." It will also explain why the correction is needed. This helps you understand grammar in context, not just as rules. Another powerful method is rewriting. You can write a paragraph about your day, your goals, or any topic. Then ask, "Rewrite this in correct and simple English." ChatGPT will improve your sentence structure, correct your grammar, and make your writing clearer. When you compare your original sentence with the corrected one, you learn naturally. You begin to notice patterns. You start understanding how correct sentences are formed. Another important benefit is that you learn from your own mistakes. Instead of studying random grammar rules, you focus on the mistakes you actually make. This makes learning faster and more effective. Over time, your common mistakes reduce. Your sentences become more accurate. Another powerful way is to ask for simple explanations. If you are confused about a rule, you can ask, "Explain this grammar in very simple English with examples." ChatGPT will explain in a way that is easy to understand. You can also ask for more examples until you feel clear. This makes grammar learning flexible and stress-free. Another great method is practice exercises. You can ask, "Give me 10 simple grammar exercises with answers." You can solve them and then check your answers. This builds practice and confidence. Another important point is consistency. Grammar improves slowly with regular use. If you practice daily, even for a short time, your accuracy will improve. You will start making fewer mistakes. And most importantly, you will start using correct grammar automatically while speaking. You will not need to think too much. The truth is simple. Grammar is not about memorizing rules. It is about using correct sentences again and again. ChatGPT helps you practice, correct, and improve in a simple and natural way. When you use it daily, your grammar becomes stronger without stress. And strong grammar makes your English clear, confident, and powerful. Lesson 3. Use ChatGPT to build strong vocabulary. Vocabulary is the foundation of communication. If you know more words, you can express your thoughts clearly, understand others easily, and speak with confidence. Many learners try to memorize long lists of words, but this method does not work for a long time. They forget the words because they do not use them in real life. The right way to learn vocabulary is through usage, repetition, and context. And ChatGPT can help you do this very easily. You can use ChatGPT as your personal vocabulary trainer. For example, you can ask, "Give me 10 simple English words with meanings and sentences. Give me daily use vocabulary with examples." ChatGPT will give you words along with meanings and sentences. But the most important step is not just reading. You must use those words. After learning new words, you can ask me questions using these words. Help me make sentences with these words. This helps you practice actively. When you use words and sentences, your brain remembers them better. Another powerful method is learning words by topic. Instead of random words, you can learn vocabulary related to your daily life. For example, give me vocabulary for office. Give me vocabulary for travel. Give me vocabulary for daily routine. This makes learning more practical. You start using these words in real conversations. Another effective method is synonyms. You can ask, "Give me simple synonyms for common words." For example, instead of always saying "very good," you can learn words like excellent, amazing, or great. This improves your speaking quality. Your English starts sounding more natural and advanced. Another powerful technique is sentence transformation. You can ask, "Make simple sentences using this word." Use this word in different situations. This helps you understand how one word can be used in multiple ways. Another important benefit of ChatGPT is repetition. You can ask the same words again in different forms. You can revise them daily. Repetition is the key to remembering vocabulary. If you see and use a word multiple times, it stays in your memory. Another helpful method is learning through stories. You can ask, "Write a short story using these words." Stories make learning interesting. When words are connected to a story, they become easier to remember. Another powerful habit is to keep a small vocabulary list. Write down new words and review them daily. Then use ChatGPT to practice those words again. Over time, your vocabulary becomes stronger. Another important point is to focus on simple and useful words first. You do not need difficult or rare words. Start with daily use vocabulary, words that you can use in conversations. This builds confidence. The truth is simple. You do not learn vocabulary by memorizing. You learn vocabulary by using words again and again. ChatGPT helps you learn, practice, repeat, and use words in real situations. When you use this method daily, your vocabulary grows naturally. And when your vocabulary becomes strong, your English becomes clear, expressive, and confident. Lesson 4. Use ChatGPT to improve your speaking confidence. Many learners understand English, know grammar, and even have good vocabulary, but they still struggle to speak. The problem is not knowledge. The problem is confidence. They feel shy, they fear making mistakes, and they worry about what others will think. Because of this, they avoid speaking. But the truth is simple. You cannot become fluent without speaking. And ChatGPT gives you a safe and powerful way to practice speaking without fear. You can use ChatGPT like a speaking partner. For example, you can say, "Let's practice speaking English like friends. Ask me simple questions and wait for my answers. Talk to me like a beginner." ChatGPT will start asking you questions. You can answer those questions by speaking out loud. Even if you are alone, speak loudly. Do not just think. Speaking is a physical activity. Your mouth, tongue, and voice need practice. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. At the beginning, you may feel slow. You may pause, think, and make mistakes. This is normal. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Another powerful method is role play. You can ask, "Let's do a conversation at a restaurant. Let's practice a job interview. Let's talk like two friends meeting after a long time." This creates real-life situations. You learn how to speak in practical scenarios. This improves your confidence in real conversations. Another important technique is repeating sentences. You can ask ChatGPT to give you simple sentences. Then you can repeat them out loud. For example, "I am going to the market. I will complete my work today." Repeat each sentence 3 to 5 times. This improves pronunciation and fluency. It also helps you think faster in English. Another powerful method is shadow practice. You read or listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it. This trains your brain to process English quickly. Over time, your speaking becomes smoother. Another important benefit of ChatGPT is that there is no judgment. You can make mistakes freely. No one will laugh. No one will criticize you. This removes fear. And when fear is removed, confidence grows. Another powerful habit is daily speaking practice. Even 10 to 15 minutes every day can create big improvement. Consistency is more important than time. If you speak a little every day, your fluency will grow naturally. Another important point is to focus on communication, not perfection. Many learners try to speak perfect English. Because of this, they hesitate. They think too much before speaking. But communication is more important than perfection. Speak simple sentences. Speak clearly. Do not worry about small mistakes. Fluency comes from practice, not perfection. Another powerful benefit of speaking regularly is that you start thinking in English. At first, you may translate from your native language, but with practice, Your brain begins to form sentences directly in English. This makes speaking faster and more natural. Confidence does not come from thinking. It comes from speaking. The more you speak, the more confident you become. ChatGPT gives you a safe, easy, and unlimited way to practice speaking anytime. When you use it daily, your fear reduces, your confidence grows, and your English becomes natural. And once you become confident, speaking English no longer feels difficult. It becomes part of your daily life. Lesson 5. Use ChatGPT to improve your writing skills. Writing is one of the best ways to learn English because it forces you to think, form sentences, and express your ideas clearly. Many learners ignore writing. They focus only on reading or listening, but writing is where real improvement happens. When you write, you see your mistakes. You understand your weak areas, and you learn how to improve step by step. ChatGPT can become your personal writing teacher. You can write anything, your daily routine, your thoughts, your goals, or even a simple story. For example, you can write, "Today I wake up late and I go to office. I feel tired, but I complete my work." Then you can ask, "Correct my writing and make it simple and natural." ChatGPT will correct your grammar, improve your sentence structure, and make your writing clear. For example, "Today I woke up late and went to the office. I felt tired, but I completed my work." When you compare your sentence with the corrected version, you learn naturally. You begin to notice your mistakes. You start understanding how correct sentences are formed. Another powerful method is rewriting practice. You can ask, "Rewrite this in better English. Make this sentence more simple. Make this more natural for daily conversation." This helps you learn different ways to express the same idea. Over time, your writing becomes more flexible and natural. Another important technique is guided writing. You can ask ChatGPT, "Give me a simple topic to write about. Give me a short paragraph topic for beginners." Then you write your answer and ask for correction. This gives you regular practice. Another powerful method is sentence building. You can ask, "Give me 5 simple sentences and ask me to rewrite them. Give me words and ask me to make sentences." This improves your ability to create sentences on your own. Another advantage of writing is that it improves your thinking in English. When you write regularly, your brain starts forming sentences in English. You do not need to translate every time. This makes both writing and speaking easier. Another powerful benefit is clarity. Writing helps you organize your thoughts. You learn how to express ideas in a clear and simple way. This improves your communication skills. Another important point is to write daily. You do not need to write long paragraphs. Even 5 to 10 sentences every day are enough. Consistency is the key. Small daily practice creates big improvement over time. Another helpful habit is to review your corrected sentences. Do not just read corrections and forget them. Try to understand why the change was made. Repeat those correct sentences. This helps you avoid the same mistakes in the future. Another powerful technique is creative writing. You can ask ChatGPT, "Help me write a short story. Give me a story idea and guide me." This makes learning fun and interesting. The truth is simple. You do not improve writing by reading only. You improve writing by writing. ChatGPT gives you instant correction, guidance, and practice. When you use it daily, your writing becomes clear, correct, and confident. And strong writing skills also improve your speaking, grammar, and overall English. That is why writing is a powerful step in your English learning journey. Lesson 6. Use ChatGPT to improve your listening and understanding. Many learners can read English and even write it, but they struggle to understand spoken English. They feel that people speak too fast. They cannot catch words clearly. And this creates frustration. The problem is not your ability. The problem is lack of listening practice. Listening is a skill, just like speaking, and it improves only with regular practice. ChatGPT can help you train your listening and understanding in a smart and simple way. First, you can use ChatGPT to create listening content. You can ask, "Give me a simple English paragraph for listening practice." Write a short story in easy English. Then you can read that paragraph aloud or use a text-to-speech app to listen to it. After listening, you can try to understand the meaning. Then ask ChatGPT. Ask me questions about this paragraph. This checks your understanding. This method trains your brain to listen and understand at the same time. Another powerful method is repetition. Listen to the same sentence again and again. At first, you may not understand everything, but after repeating it 3 to 5 times, your understanding improves. Repetition helps your brain recognize words and patterns. Another important technique is breaking sentences. Long sentences can feel difficult, so you can ask ChatGPT, "Break this sentence into small parts." This makes it easier to understand. Once you understand small parts, you can understand the full sentence. Another powerful method is listening and repeating. You listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it. This improves both listening and speaking. It trains your brain to process English faster. Another important benefit of ChatGPT is controlled difficulty. You can choose your level. You can say, "Give me beginner-level English." Give me slightly harder sentences. This allows you to improve step by step. You do not feel overwhelmed. Another helpful method is daily listening practice. Even 10 minutes a day can create big improvement. Consistency is more important than long hours. Regular listening trains your ears. You start recognizing common words and phrases. Another powerful tip is to focus on understanding meaning, not every word. Many learners try to understand each word. This slows them down. Instead, focus on the overall meaning. Even if you miss some words, try to understand the message. This is how real communication works. Another important advantage is that listening improves your pronunciation. When you listen carefully, you learn how words sound. You learn rhythm, tone, and natural speaking patterns. This improves your own speaking. Another powerful method is asking for explanation. If you do not understand something, you can ask, "Explain this in simple English." ChatGPT will simplify it for you. This removes confusion and builds clarity. You cannot understand English if you do not listen regularly. Listening trains your brain to process language naturally. ChatGPT gives you unlimited content, practice, and guidance. When you use it daily, your listening improves, your understanding becomes faster, and your confidence grows. And once you understand English clearly, speaking becomes much easier. Lesson 7. Build a daily English learning routine with ChatGPT. Many people learn English for a few days, feel motivated, and then stop. Because of this, they do not see real improvement. The problem is not lack of ability. The problem is lack of consistency. English is a skill, and every skill improves with daily practice. ChatGPT gives you everything you need, but you must use it regularly. This is why building a daily routine is very important. A routine gives structure to your learning. It removes confusion. You do not need to think, What should I do today? You already know your plan. This saves time and energy. For example, you can create a simple daily routine like this. Start with speaking practice for 10 to 15 minutes. Talk with ChatGPT about your day, your goals, or any simple topic. Then move to grammar practice for 10 minutes. Write a few sentences and ask ChatGPT to correct them. Next, learn 5 to 10 new vocabulary words. Ask ChatGPT for meanings and examples, then make your own sentences. After that, do writing practice for 10 minutes. Write a short paragraph and get it corrected. Finally, do listening practice for 10 minutes. Read or listen to a short paragraph and try to understand it. This simple routine covers all important skills: speaking, grammar, vocabulary, writing, and listening. You do not need hours. Even 30 to 45 minutes daily is enough. Another important point is to keep your routine simple. Do not make it too difficult. If your routine is too long or complex, you may feel tired and stop. Start small. Be consistent. Consistency is more important than intensity. Another powerful benefit of a routine is habit formation. When you repeat the same actions every day, they become habits. And once learning becomes a habit, you do not need motivation. You do it automatically. This makes your progress stable. Another important truth is that daily practice builds confidence. When you practice every day, you see small improvements. Your sentences become better. Your understanding becomes clearer. Your speaking becomes smoother. These small improvements build confidence, and confidence keeps you moving forward. Another advantage of a routine is tracking progress. You can see how much you have improved. You can compare your old sentences with your new ones. You can notice fewer mistakes and better fluency. This motivates you to continue. Another powerful tip is to stay patient. Do not expect fast results. Language learning takes time. Some days you may feel slow. Some days you may feel confused. This is normal. Do not stop. Keep following your routine. Progress will come. Another important point is to enjoy the process. Do not treat learning as a burden. Use topics you like. Talk about your life, your interests, and your goals. Make learning interesting. This keeps you engaged. The truth is simple. You do not become fluent in one day. You become fluent by practicing every day. ChatGPT gives you a complete system to learn English at home. But the real change happens when you use it consistently. When you follow a daily routine, your skills improve step by step. Your confidence grows. Your mistakes reduce. And your English becomes natural. That is how ChatGPT becomes your personal teacher. And that is how you turn daily practice into real fluency. Lesson 8. Use ChatGPT to think in English. Stop translating. Many learners understand English but still struggle to speak fluently. Why? Because they translate everything in their mind. First, they think in their native language. Then, they try to convert it into English. This process takes time. It creates hesitation. And it breaks fluency. To speak naturally, you must think directly in English. And ChatGPT can help you build this habit step by step. At the beginning, your mind is used to your native language. This is normal. But you can train your brain slowly. Start with simple thoughts. For example, during your day, try to think, I am eating food. I am going to work. I need to complete this task. These are simple sentences, but they train your brain to form thoughts in English. Now, you can use ChatGPT to practice this. You can say, help me think in English with simple sentences. Ask me questions and I will answer without translating. ChatGPT will guide you. It will ask simple questions like, "What are you doing right now? What did you do today?" You answer directly in English. Even if your sentences are simple, that is okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is direct thinking. Another powerful method is instant response practice. When ChatGPT asks you a question, answer quickly. Do not wait too long. Do not try to make perfect sentences. Speak or type your first thought. This trains your brain to respond naturally. Over time, your speed improves. Another important technique is describing your surroundings. Look around you and describe things in English. For example, the room is clean. I see a table and a chair. It is quiet here. This builds real-time thinking. You connect English with your environment. Another powerful method is storytelling. You can ask ChatGPT, "Ask me to tell a short story in simple English." Then you speak or write your story. This improves your ability to think and express ideas. Another important benefit of thinking in English is fluency. When you stop translating, your speech becomes faster. Your sentences flow naturally. You do not get stuck. This is how fluent speakers speak. They do not translate. They think directly. Another advantage is confidence. When you think in English, you feel more comfortable using the language. You do not feel pressure. You speak more freely. Another powerful tip is to practice daily. Even a few minutes of thinking in English can create big change. For example, while walking, eating, or working, try to think in English. Make it a habit. Another important point is to be patient. At first, it may feel difficult. You may not find the right words. You may feel slow. But this is part of the process. With regular practice, your brain adapts. It becomes easier day by day. The truth is simple. Fluency is not about knowing many words. It is about thinking directly in English. When you stop translating, you remove hesitation. And when hesitation is removed, confidence grows. ChatGPT helps you practice this safely and easily. It gives you questions, conversations, and guidance. When you use it daily, your thinking pattern changes. And once you start thinking in English, your speaking becomes natural, fast, and confident. That is the final step to real fluency. If you truly want to improve your English, remember one simple thing. Practice every day, even if it is small. You do not need expensive courses. You do not need perfect grammar. You just need consistency. Use ChatGPT as your daily partner. Speak, write, learn, and grow step by step. At first, it may feel slow, but if you stay consistent, one day you will realize you are speaking English naturally and confidently. So start today. Start now. And never stop learning. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more simple and powerful English learning videos. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.